Yo, what up, Ayad? Welcome. Alright, see you, bro. Have a good night. Oh, Nasty, thank you for the sub, bro. W, you're like the only sub right now. Actual world's first. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. TAS? No, you don't need a TAS to horse dash. It's very easy once you learn it. And that's also why I'm messing it up. It's because I'm actually doing it. Did you get the title? It's when Psyonix added the Ford cars to the game. They invited the top 16 freestylers to play with that car in the tournament, in a freestyle tournament. So they gave those tags for the players. Almost as special as you. Oh my goodness. But thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Settings, my first pinned video, bro. I got you. Peak is 2250, season 14. Get better with directional. You have to just fail for hours. So like my worst one is air roll right. So this is me using it. That was like worse control than my air roll left because I wasn't able to go for a reset on the first touch. Basically what you have to do is just keep trying to hold it, and just anytime you feel like you're awkward and you don't know how to move, that's good. Keep doing that in the rings map or just in free play, flying around the map like this, and you're eventually gonna work out like those kinks. Those are I call those like blackout moments where you're flying and you try to turn but it doesn't work and you just die. Yeah, you have to just keep failing with those. Usually what I'll do is like 20 minutes of a workshop and then 20 minutes of like an in-game training pack as well, so that you work on hitting the ball too. Thank you, B. I appreciate that. Yo, what up, lemons? Play on air roll left and right or just one? If you have the free air roll as well, then just one is fine. It's optimal to have both left and right, but just one is fine. As long as you have free roll so that you can spin the other way if you need to, then you're good. How do you get the rings map? On Bacchus mod, you would have to be on PC to do it. But on Bacchus mod, there's a plugin called Workshop Map Loader. Just search that on Google, and you just download it and it like installs once you click on it. And in Bacchus mod, you can search for workshop maps that are available on Steam. So even if you're on Epic, you can use it with that plugin. Age, that command is a little out of date. I am currently 23. New hard drive. Yeah. I have a lot of old clips. I don't have a lot of like more recent stuff. So I have been thinking about that though. I kind of want to start doing a little bit of like more coaching based content too, like reviewing subscribers VODs or something, like in Discord, or just watching their replay on stream. I feel like that would be fun and like informative for other people too. Happy 19th birthday. All right. I'm on PS5 controller. Like 90% of pros are on PS4 controller. Some of them are on PS5. Most people don't play Xbox. I don't really know why, other than that they seem less durable in most people's experience with the bumpers breaking and getting stick drift earlier. That's all I know. Yeah, I use both directionals. I have left and right. I mainly use left in the air. So like right there, that was all left. Played with Squishy and Justin, yeah. C3 worth it to change the directional? Yeah. If you care about like improving in the game and you only have free roll, not directional, you should be doing that yesterday, bro. Because you can't, there's certain movements you just can't do on free roll unless you like get really techy. And there was even a guy on TikTok who was only free roll main, and he switched to directional and he was like, wow. He started telling everyone like, this is so much better and easier. Like you can technically be GC2, you know, GC3, SSL with free roll, but you would just be doing things way harder than someone with directional. So you would have a, like, you could literally just be better with directional. I use air roll right and left. I'm using both of them. How to horse dash? I've already made a video on it. Basically, you just land on the ground, air roll a little bit so your side hits the ground first, and then you just backflip at the right time. You just need to spam it over and over again. Keep trying. Yeah. I'm Nitrous, and I was Banjo 111 in SARP. For learning directional, you would have to go, my main routine that I would do is like just do 20 minutes in free play. When you're first learning it, do around 20 minutes per session of just flying around and trying to like get the 100 pads, for example, just like this. Because right here it's really awkward because you're going fully forward while full holding air roll, and you have to somehow figure out how to turn your momentum to the left. It's going to be really weird, but the more you fail this, you'll start to like trial and error which way you're supposed to turn. After that, once you're able to do this in a basic way, even if it doesn't look super clean, even if it's kind of like that, start going into rings maps. And if you're not able to do that, if you're not on PC, for example, you can start doing training packs, just trying to hold it and get into a spot where you can hit the ball good and then hit it. Yo, Ofex, you do not need to spam, bro. Especially when I already answered the question the first time you asked it. I use air roll left and right, and I mainly use air roll left in the air, and then I use right for corrections if I need to. Kyruic? No, I don't. Three times, yeah, I feel that. Trying to change, feeling really weird. Okay, yeah, you're gonna feel horrible for the first 2 weeks. So, okay, I'll give you some perspective. The game comes out in 2015. I'm already top 100 in the first season because I played the prequel game, SARP. And then they add directional air roll in like mid 2016. And I put it on, and all of a sudden I can't aerial anymore, even though before I was hitting like decent aerials and stuff. And I literally just had to sit here in free play, flying around, trying to figure out what my stick inputs were doing to the car. It's really like awkward, and you just have to completely lose your ability to fly for the first like 1 or 2 weeks, depending on how much you're playing per day. So yeah, it sucks, but you have to do it. That's how you improve. Controller broke, the best one. PS4 or PS5 if you like a bigger shape. Most pros are on PS4. And PS5 is similar, it's just a little bit bigger. Tips to get out of SSL. Just solo queue. You'll get out pretty quick. Two days and can double reset. Alright, bro. Four to 5 years with free roll. Yeah, it just depends on how much you care about it in the game. Like if you just kind of play for fun and you don't really want to grind something for like 100 more hours, then maybe don't switch. But if you're really motivated in the game and you really want to improve competitively, then yeah, you should be putting on directional air roll and just acknowledging that you're going to be horrible for the next 2 weeks, but it's going to make you a better player in the end, as long as you see it through. Air roll left and right are the same, bro. They both turn the same speed. They're literally just a different direction. There's not one that's better than the other. Single on free roll. Changed to directional and could double in 2 days. Damn. That's kind of insane. That actually sounds like a scam. I think you just got better at flip resets in general. Maybe the directional air roll helped a little bit, but you can't master directional in 2 days. Gonna hit GC. Second champion. Oh, okay. Yeah. There's probably like a small amount of improvements that you could make to get to GC, but it depends how mechanical you are of a player, because you might need to make that change anyway. Like 39.5 hours. Jesus. 39 hours in 2 days. Wait. Bro, there's 48 hours in 2 days. What? I'm not playing games right now. I'm just talking to chat in free play. Keyboard, mouse, what can I do to improve? I'm not a keyboard, so I'm not an expert. What rank are you at? And like how many hours do you have? Yeah, Horizon 6 gameplay, it looks pretty good. Graphically, obviously, they're always the best. The part where they showed like, yeah, you can have your own compound and build whatever you want there, I was like, yeah, that's cool, but they're not showing people actually going in the area that you can build. They're just showing people looking at it, so I'm not sure if it's actually that crazy. I'm hoping you could like go into everyone's custom builds at their house like that, but they didn't show that, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I use both directional air rolls, left and right. At level 1500, nice. Alright. Fast air dribble tutorial. Step 1, aim towards the wall, but go a little bit forwards like this. Step 2, D-pad, put the ball on your car. Step 3, speed up the ball and hit the brakes a little bit before you reach the corner. Don't fully drive with the ball the whole time, because then you're going to hit it to the ceiling. So, boom, slow down a little bit, speed back up, hit it out, and then just jump and air roll. The reason why that's so easy is because I don't turn away from the ball. You gotta stay under the ball, don't turn at all. A lot of people do this, they turn and then they try to hit it forward. Now it's impossible because you're already above the ball. The key for air dribbles is to be under the ball. So just hit it and do a little bit of air roll if you need to, and now boom, you have a god setup. Easy. Alright, hold up. Let me go to my Twitch and clip that. I'll post that on TikTok later. clip that. Alright. You might be the best to ever touch this game. Thanks, bro. What's the background music? The previous song, it was Yeet. It was something from Yeet. Hold on, let me pull it up. Geek Time by Yeet. Yeet. Oh, this one, it's called A Dream by Flat Sound. Steering and air roll sense, it's at 1.5 and 3.5. Yeah, no problem, bro. Hopefully that helps. Watching the Ford freestyle, you're goated. Thank you, bro. Much love. Permanent in your world that your friends can see it. Yeah, I know that, but like they can come see it. Like, okay, does that mean they can just click X on your house and look at it from a top-down view, or can they actually go drive in there or walk around in there? You know what I mean? Like, it would be so cool if you could drive in this random creation outside of your house with your friends, but they didn't show anything like that, so I think it's just kind of pointless. Start as a nobody. Oh yeah, the island is really cool, but also that's what they say every time. I kind of felt like that. They were like, oh, you start as a nobody, oh, it's gonna be so hard and gritty and you're gonna have to grind. Like, bro, it's Forza. Every single game you start as a quote-unquote nobody and you have supercars within an hour or 2 hours. It's just another like yapping talking point. It's called A Dream by Flat Sound. One looks cool and dynamic. Yeah. Also that snow wall thing where the snow is like 30 feet tall and it surrounds the road, that was really cool. The world actually looks cooler than I expected it to be. I expected it to be very like poggers, but the city actually looks really good. It's really colorful and the buildings are really tall. Actually, maybe they weren't that tall, but like the ones that I saw in the gameplay trailer looked cool. And the map in general was more colorful. And I'm assuming now that they know like the Eliminator isn't doing too hot, this map will now have a lot more verticality, and it's not just going to be open fields connected with roads. It's going to be like more in-depth, more detailed, and not just drivable in a straight line. Can you hit MacDuffs? No. I don't grind Jack Caesar MacDuffs. I've scored a double, but that was when I was like randomly grinding it a year ago. Cancel consistently for doubles. Do you mean double taps or double resets? Yeah, the Mexico Horizon 5 map was pretty mid. Honestly, when I was playing Horizon 4, at the time I was like, bruh, UK, this is so boring. Bruh. And I still feel that a little bit, but I do think it had like a little bit of charm to it. I just didn't really like a lot of the old stuff, like the big castle thing and all that. I didn't really like the oldness. I feel like it's kind of boring. Flip cancel for resets. Oh, okay. Alright, so the flip cancel for like creating a double or triple reset it's just a speed flip. I'm basically doing a front flip and I'm instantly pulling down as fast as I humanly can. So that way my nose stays facing forward and I can flip forward towards the ball while also going upside down. So, it's like, if you think about a clock, if my analog stick was a clock, I'm flipping like 11 o'clock or maybe 11:30. And then I'm instantly canceling. So if you're on PC, the best way for you to improve that is to get the plugin called Musty, I think it's called SpeedFlip Self-Check. What is it called? Something with SpeedFlip. SpeedFlip Trainer, that's what it's called. And you'll go to this Musty SpeedFlip kickoff test. And now you can see all these random bars on the screen. And that will help you determine which parts of your flip are good or bad. It like analyzes it live. So you can see the bottom, my angle, my dodge angle was green, that was good. My cancel timing was a little slow, and everything else was good. So yeah, that's the meta for improving your speed flips, is to just get that plugin. Yeah, no problem, bro. Hopefully that helps. Psycho and Sarp. I've scored 3 of them already. And then the new series, I haven't really recorded the next day yet. I kind of want to get back into Rocket League related content. Yo, what up, Reese? Yo, what up, Frozy? What up, Viku? Welcome. This title is from like 2021 and 2022 when they added the Ford cars to the game. They invited freestylers to use those cars in a freestyle tourney and promote them. And they streamed it on the RLCS stream. Stop playing hold ball cam? Yeah. I switched like around a year ago. A little bit more than a year ago, I think. So still like sometimes awkward, but I'm getting used to it. How do you wave dash? Just single jump and wait for your car to hit the ground and pull back a little bit and then like flip as soon as your back wheels hit the ground. That's the easiest newbie way to do it. You nitro drift? Yeah. Yeah, no problem, bro. Hope that helps. The better you get with that method, the earlier you can do the flip, so your back wheels don't have to touch the ground all the time, because sometimes it'll slow you down. Oh, Braga Swagga? Yeah, dude. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well, bro. Dude, the last time we talked, I probably was like 14. And now I'm 23. That's insane. You don't change views? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. How did you get so good? Just play the game a lot. If you really want to get good in like a relatively short amount of time, then you have to play the game an unhealthy amount of time in a short period. Like 8 to 12 hours a day. That's what pros did to become a pro. But you also have to be super self-critical and rewatch your replays and acknowledge that everything you do could potentially be wrong, and always find a way to realize how it could be your fault. And just like, you know, things of that nature. I use directional. It's been a while. Yeah, heck yeah, bro. Do you still play Rocket League? I still play it a decent amount. I've also been streaming SARP, and it actually does really well because people don't know what it is. And they like get mad that I'm playing a fake Rocket League. Is it worth the switch? Yeah. I mean, it depends on what your preferences are. If you want to like improve competitively, yeah, it's worth it for sure. But there's some things that I think are a little bit easier in no flipping, like going for a no cam. You don't have to press triangle again while you're in the middle of your freestyle. You just move your thumb down to press the other buttons that you were already going to press anyway. But if you're talking about competitive, yeah, it's 10 times better. Oh no, you're 19. Yeah. Oh, how to switch? Yeah. So you go to settings and you go to the controls tab, and then you'll hit change bindings, and then you're gonna have this air roll is a different one. Don't worry about that one. The one that you're looking for is these two. Right when you scroll down a little bit, it'll say air roll left or air roll right, and you want one of those, whichever one you're more comfortable spinning. So when you have free roll, if you usually spin to the left, then get air roll left, for example. And then you will have to use free roll or the other one, find the other one, if you want to spin the other way. I played RM a while. Relocated for a job and life just got busy. Dang, dude. Yeah, I feel that. But I hope you're doing well outside of that. And nice to see you still around. Have both binded? Yeah, so whenever I press my right bumper, it spins me this way. And whenever I press my left bumper, it spins me this way. And then my stick, what my stick changes is like my Z axis, I guess. So if I press nothing, it's doing this, and then if I press my stick, it changes a different axis of my movement. And then if you press both of them at the same time, you do nothing. I'm pressing both of them right now. Sometimes I think about what happened to Bipod and Woody. Yeah, I don't know. But if you remember SFX 3 champion, he plays Sarp with us. And he plays like Gibbs. He sits in the goal. And he doesn't really come up very much, but we've been getting him to get out of his shell a little bit and come up field for some offense. And Cooks plays a lot. He likes Sarp more than Rocket League, so he made the resto mod for the game, and we can play it online now because of him, even though the servers are down. So if you want to join, anybody can join. Just go to my channel, and I have a tutorial how to play it. We play it on a emulator of PS3 on PC, so that way you can like unlock the frame rate and customize the graphics and everything. And it also reads updated controllers. It reads PS4, PS5, and Xbox and all that. No problem, Jaden. Hope that helps. Thank you, Braga. Yeah, I hope if you can actually set it up, that would be really fun, dude. Play with some other OGs. I don't know if Cooks plays hold ball cam. I think he plays toggle. I think he switched it when he played Sarp, but I could be wrong. Can I join if I play PS3? No. But we do have a PS3 community in there as well. There's actually a lot of PS3 players that are from like South America and Middle East who play Sarp online like every day. They call it PS3 Rocket League. And it's really cool to see different communities come together. But yeah, if you're PC, you can't play with PS3. They don't have crossplay. It gives like the wrong DNS or something. I don't know. They've tried it before and it doesn't work. Gonna be so trash. Dude, the difference between SARP and this game is insane. Like in this game, if I press my brake, for example, I can stop, boom, just on a dime. If you press your brakes in SARP, it will take you like so long to stop your car. The brakes are just, they just do nothing. And then just the turning and the ball cam doesn't follow the ball correctly. There's so much that's just different. This game is definitely a lot easier to pick up, but it also has less character because of that. Yeah, adjusting to the difference in physics took a while for me too. You were on Goodfellas, right? Where we had like a PS4 group chat and everything for our team. Goodfellas and Force It In, yeah. Dude, that was so long ago. I just remember that was like the first gaming tournament I think I ever did, was like a random Sunday ESL with Goodfellas. I was like 13 or something at the time. Crazy, dude. 13 or 14 had to be. And I was just sitting there in my living room, sitting on the carpet on my PS4. Dang, dude. KMTA? I don't know who that is. Can I get good with only right directional, or do I have to learn both? You can do only one, but the only thing is you need to have the free air roll as well, so you can still spin the other way when you need to, because sometimes you will need to spin the other way. So it's your choice whether you want to do free air roll or learn the other directional as well. But yeah. Doing that through university. Dang. Good times, man. Get the second and third rapid consistently. You have to reach the first touch really early so that you get basically no knockback. So you might be having a problem where you get the reset and then it just slams you down like this and you can't do anything even if you do the perfect speed flip. That's because you took slightly too long to reach the first touch. So notice how I'm hitting it at its peak and I get absolutely no knockback and I just have so much more time. That's like the main difference. And the other thing that you might not be doing is speed flipping. You have to speed flip pretty much every time for your rapids if you're getting a normal setup. Yeah, no problem, Yosef. Hopefully that helps. Oh, you're on free air roll? Yeah, free air roll. It's possible to do rapids, but it's just like hardcore mode, basically, because you have less range of motion. Your car only moves on 2 axes at the same time instead of 3. So it's possible you're just playing on hardcore. It's just way harder for you than for anyone else that's using directional. Did you hit the Sarp Psycho? I've scored 3 no bounces, but the most recent series that I'm doing, it's on pause right now. I'm feeling nice. Can chain 3 to 4. Sometimes they come and go. Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. And I've had that before too. It kind of just depends on what you want out of the game. If you just play it casually and you don't really want to grind something painful again, then don't switch. But if you care about improving and pushing yourself, then I would definitely switch at this point in the game. For your keybinds, I have all my settings pinned on my first video, my first pinned video. But if you just want like a quick rundown, everything that I have is all default, except I put air roll left on the right bumper, air roll right on the left bumper, power slide with that left bumper, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, and because I switched those bumpers, I put scoreboard to the right D-pad, and then I just removed the quick chat from that D-pad so I don't spam it. Really can't get it. Keep up GC2, GC3. Yeah. It's basically like hell. When you switch to directional air roll, you're in hell because you know how to aerial and you've done plenty of resets and aerials before, but now you have this new thing that's just auto spinning for you, and it's so hard to use because you're turning on a new axis that you've never had access to before. So you're going to be unable to aerial for basically 2 weeks. Even if you're playing like an hour plus per day, it's probably around 2 weeks that you will feel bad at aerialing. After those 2 weeks, you'll at least have basics and you'll be able to like shoot a standstill aerial ball. But after that point, it'll take you like another 2 weeks to get more refined control. And this is all assuming you're playing like 3+ hours per day. Like you need to be grinding for this. Otherwise, you're just going to get stuck in hell. You're never going to get out. Yeah, no problem, bro. If you want to see the full list, it's all in my first pinned video. SSL is off the table. I mean, it depends how good you get with decision making. Because you could technically get SSL with like really good decision making and not really being a threat on the field in terms of solo plays and stuff. But you shouldn't really want to do that because you're gonna hit a cap where you just can't really improve anymore because you don't have the axes of movement that other people do. And you're gonna be constantly required to peak to hit balls that other people are hitting lazily with directional compared to what you're doing. So I acknowledge that like you already are around the GC range and you can survive, but that's not the point. Because I was already top 100 when they added directional. I could already aerial and destroy people, but I switched because I knew that there was more range of motion in that bind. Nah, I use default boost. I use circle. Best SARP player pre-RL? It's hard to say because the game was region locked, so I could only play against NA people, for example. Unless you could like go on someone's account from Europe and download the game from them. That's the only way you would be able to play in Europe lobbies. But if you wanted me to list like a few from NA and a few from EU, Steve Bills, obviously, that's Cronovi. Lachinho was pretty good. Dig Dog was pretty good. Anime Kunai was pretty good. The Pie Man of Death, which I think that's Gambit. He changed his name to Gambit for Rocket League. He was really good. Yeah, those were some NA names. EU names. Puxer. I think people would say Kuxer was the best EU player, especially since he was so dominant in Rocket League after that as well. And I don't know, Jazer, Dappy Duda, who became Marky Duda. Yeah, that's all I can list for EU because I didn't get to play in those games. I love how locked in you look. Bro, you should have seen months ago, I had my face cam right here. So whenever I streamed, it just looked like I was just mad. So I would be like this. Like this is how I sit. So I just looked so mad and I was like, all right, I gotta switch it to this, to the second monitor. If you don't have directional and you only have free roll, you're not gonna miss out on any specific mechanic. You're just gonna miss out on the ease of motion. Like you going for a flip reset, you have to do the air roll and then pull your stick around with no air roll. It's two separate things. But with directional air roll, you can do it all at the same time, so you technically make that adjustment quicker. Like your life is just harder if you only have free roll. That's the best way I can describe it. If you ever have those moments where you feel like you're going for a reset and you have to do the air roll first and then turn around after, that's because you're on free roll. Yeah, R1 boost is definitely good. I'm too old though. 50 gaze? Alright, I got you, bro. Yeah, that was actual forky angle. I had to change it immediately. I see titles. Let me see if it shows up on my stream. You can kind of see it. I'll turn it over a little bit so you can see the titles better. Rocket League. There we go. All right, here's the titles. I'm in a club, yeah. I'm in a club of the freestyle team that I made called Redshift. Ford Freestyler, all these, Junk, Aura, SSLs, Tourneys, CRL, ESL, old Grand Champ, Summer Series, and then the new Grand Champ, and then there's like an RLCS one. Yeah. Oh yeah, Mike Rules. I remember him a little bit. Blowing Kush 18, D-Trail. Bro, D-Trail is actually in... Okay, I used to have a tablet that was like this big instead of a phone because I was really young. And sometimes when you got demoed, your game would freeze. And I was pressing the leaderboard when it froze. So I took my tablet and I took a picture of the screen that froze, and Detrell is in the game. I have like 3 or 4 pictures of the game freezing there. All right, hold on. Let me fix the screen. There we go.
What do they even have in Monaco that I can't offer?
Yeah, I have all the alpha items. Hardstuck silver. Do you have any tips for aerialing other than practice? If you haven't watched Squishy and Jinxie play together, or like coach them, you should watch that, because Jinxie is completely new to the game and he is bad as well. And basically the way that he's helping him is obviously just hit the ball hard. Squishy tells Jinxie like, just learn how to hit the ball hard like that. And then for aerialing specifically, you're gonna need better car control, but you're just gonna do this: jump once, boost, pull down, and then do your next jump. And eventually you can start doing that in training packs and like actually hit a ball that's stationary. That's the best thing I would recommend. Let's have a Discord. Yeah, I think it has like 3K members or something. I don't remember. The goal of the team though isn't to be popular, it's just to make really high quality edits. You get alpha boost. Are you talking about how people get it, or how I got it? The way people get it, like in general, the way it happened is you have to play the alpha version of the game. Oh, my whole game just froze. And you have to invite a certain amount of people to play it as well. So every time you get a successful invite, you would like get a point towards upgrading your alpha reward. So it started with the cap, and then you got like the boost with a certain amount, and then the wheels was the maximum reward. Got it from McDonald's. Bro, that would be so fire, actual. Imagine just like a little alpha wheel that you can put some axles in it and just put it on your Hot Wheels, bro. It'd be so fire. That's one of my dreams, is to if I ever have money like that, just pay a 3D modeler to rip the model from Rocket League. It already exists, like people have already found the model and stuff, but clean it up a little bit and then get a steel like one of those manufacturers of custom wheels in China to make an alpha wheel, a real life size one, like 20 inches, and then put tires on it and have it painted the same color as Rocket League, and just like put it on my back wall or something. That would be so sick, bro. I've had dreams where I literally make the Dominus IRL, the Lichinio Dominus, blue and orange pearlescent, pixel shades, and alpha wheels, big ass alpha wheels. Those who know. I have power slide on right bumper. I have arrow left bumper, but hardly use it. If you already have one bound, then I would recommend just doing that. Unless you feel more comfortable spinning to the right primarily, then I would change that one to just be air roll right. That way you have a head start and you're using whatever one is more comfortable for you. Get a diecast Fennec. Yeah, that's sick, dude. I've seen that. It doesn't... The ones that I've seen, they didn't have enough detail for me to, like, justify buying it. But they're actually sick. I'll show you... I'll show you what models I have. Let me see if I can switch to cam. Cam, here we go. All right. So the ones I have right now. Hold on. I gotta pull my camera out a little bit. So we got Pagani Zonda Revolution, the blue carbon version, with a little baby one right there. It's definitely my favorite car of all time. And we just have the normal Zonda Cinque right there. In I forgot what the green is called. Orazio Verde or something. But yeah. No, I'm not in Nitro. Nitro, I made my name Nitro Drift on the PS3 in 2014, and then Team Nitro just happened to form in Rocket League around like late 2015 or early 2016. We just have the same name. I roll left with my free roll, and I go left wall most. No, there's not really any tips for that. It's pretty normal to have like a dominant wall that you'll usually do better on, but you just need to grind on both walls. Like you might have noticed in my point of view, I'm going to the left wall a lot. But with that same air roll, I am capable of going on the right wall too. You just have to keep failing on that opposite wall 1,000 times. I don't know if they'll ever add Pagani to RL. Yeah. Honestly, I don't really care. Like, I'm gonna be real, I do not care whether they add like XYZ car to the game at this point. There's literally 2 billion cars. All the IRL ones feel bad. They don't represent the hitbox very accurately, and when they do, they are like, they feel like a freaking plank. You know what I mean? So the Zonda R being so long, I already know that thing is going to be an absolute plankerton in Rocket League, bro. So I don't mind whether it's in the game or not. Don't know what the Lichinio Dom is. Yeah, bro. Played around with custom cars in Alpha Console. I've used custom decals, and I did use the custom fighter jet, but I don't have any actual custom cars to use in it, so I don't. Both walls kind of really suck off the right wall, like 1/2 reset max and not clean. Well, it shouldn't be that different. Obviously, like, it'll be a little different, but so I have air roll left. On the left wall, I only have to do like half a spin basically. But on the right wall, I don't really care that much because I just do 1.5 spins instead, or like 1 full spin and a quarter or whatever it is. So I don't know. I don't really have any other advice for it other than to keep building your muscle memory, because you just don't have enough right now to use it on both walls. Try and hit a Psycho in SARP. I've scored a Psycho no bounce in SARP 3 times. So if you want to see it, you should check it on my profile. Cybertruck feels like an ingot, iron ingot with wheels. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I would say the Cybertruck is like one of the better ones in terms of hitbox, just because it's a really big car and it's like pretty wide. There's a lot of other ones, like a lot of the supercars and hypercars and stuff in Rocket League, they're just very skinny and long. They don't feel that good to use. That's why pros don't use them. Breaking off the wall, yeah. I'm always hitting the brakes a little bit. So what you do, if you want like a cheat code, so I brake a little bit right here, and I brake here as well, but you notice I full braked there. I'm always full braking, but the difference is that I'm jumping so early that my car can't slow down too much. So full brake is fine, and then just jump really early so that it doesn't fully slow you down. And then you eventually build this god timing that gives you a good setup every time. Please teach me how to play. What are you looking to learn? What, the Centio? Oh yeah. Or the Centio Diovecchi. Cento Dieci. What is it called? I actually need to know what it's called so that I stop saying it wrong. Cento Dieci, I think. There's Bugatti. Yeah, Cento Dieci. You turn the car to get a flip reset. Oh, you got to use air roll left or air roll right so that you can move a lot at the same time. So I jump, I air roll so I go upside down, and then I pull back so that I like force my wheels to be hitting the ball all at the same time. Oh, game freeze. Going for the reset, do you just air roll left, and hold the joystick right and left? I mainly do... I do joystick movements. Like, I do a little joystick movement to re-angle myself, and then sometimes for like a quarter of a spin, I won't be pressing anything on the joystick. It's gonna change for each setup, but majority of the time, that's what I'm doing. Also, I'm gonna repost after stream. I'm gonna repost one of my most popular coaching videos about directional air roll, and I explain how I move the stick in that video as well with a controller overlay. So hopefully that will be helpful. Pull back in every situation. If it's a standard setup off of the wall like this, yeah. But there's a different scenario where, like, let's say I'm late to the ball and I'm trying to fake it. I actually pull back even though I'm like right side up instead of upside down. It functions as like a fake, acting like I'm gonna hit it hard and then going for a reset at the last second. But even that requires a pullback as well. It's just different. You get a reset. Are you supposed to hold break or air roll? Definitely don't hold break because it might make you drive on the ball and like move backwards. So don't do that. And most high level players have suggested that you should just hold nothing. Like right here, when I did that, I just held nothing. I try not to mess with my contact on the ball because I just want to get knocked back off of it as quickly as possible so I can set up my next reset or my next touch. So I just press nothing. And then I start air rolling as soon as I'm done on the ball. You do in-game one-on-one coaching? Yeah, I do. I do replay reviews and I do mechanical coaching where I like watch people and show them how to do mechanics easier or whatever. I do both. Yo, what up, Apex? I'm doing pretty good, man. I hope you're doing good as well. I'm just like soaking in the vibes of this map. Like, look at the clouds, bro. I don't think there's a single RL map that has big cumulonimbus clouds like that, bro. So beautiful. It's like an album cover. Oh my goodness. Look at the big cumulos. Wow, I'm just... Dude, when I go for a reset, I'm just staring at cumulonimbus goodness. Probably a PNG, bro. I love PNGs. My turns feel really heavy. You need to lower your dead zone, probably. Go to settings and controls and go to controller dead zone and turn it down to 0.1 or less. Don't go below 0.05 though, because then you're gonna be auto turning sometimes. You help with a double musty? Double mustying I don't really do that much. So I don't know. I guess it's probably easier if you do it off of the back wall. Let me try that a few times. If you want like a really bad musty that stays close to you, a controlled musty, just do a musty off the wall and flip really early. That's the only like advice I would really have. Love your hair, thank you. Same thing with the forest map. Yeah, that one's really good. I was on that one yesterday. I was literally on that before I went on this. Those are my two favorites right now. Windows XP. Yeah, I could see that. I kind of wish that there were more... I mean, there kind of is, but I kind of wish there was more like crazy out there maps that are trying to just cater to a vibe instead of like being a cool location. Like the Paris map, for example. Let me find it. Parc de Paris. It's just like, okay, there's a stadium, like there's seats for people, like okay, here there's a building, which is cool, but then there's just like nothing. Just seats and the Eiffel Tower, I guess. But I personally don't really like the Eiffel Tower. I don't care about it. So like this is a specific location, but it's not accomplishing a vibe to me. Like what's accomplishing a vibe is like Manfield Night, where it's like they really went hard on the stadium vibes and they aren't 50-50 on anything. This is just a full stadium with the freaking roof off and it has a moon. Futura Garden, like it's the entire theme is Frutiger Arrow. They kind of did the same thing again where they just put giant stands for people, which I don't really like, but the outside of the map is so good, bro. I literally filmed an entire video outside of the map just flying around because it's so sick. Look at the gigantic hills and the godly clouds, the big cumulonimbuses. Like this is a top tier map to me. Yeah, Boostfield Boostfield Mall is definitely blinding. They put that weird CC on it, like the lighting that's too bright, overexposed or something. For directional air roll, yeah, just rings. And then start doing aerial training packs once you're able to like fly in a general direction that you want. Start doing aerial packs and just try to shoot the ball hard with no bounce. And it's going to be hard to do that with directional air roll at first, but that's how you improve it. Made update. If you're talking about the Paris map, yeah, that's a recent map. Tips to get out of C3: start watching GC level replays and notice the difference between your decision making and theirs and when they like go for the ball, because you're probably right now getting baited into a lot of dead balls that you can't actually do anything on. Try to let people toss the ball more. I don't know your specific situation, but that's a very common thing that I've seen in like mid to high champ. People are just getting baited into useless balls a lot. The walls are bad. Yeah, they're like kinda not visible. So that part I definitely agree with. But I just meant like the setting, the outside of the map. The walls can always be improved. They can always add lights or whatever the hell they did on the 4v4 map. But the setting you can't improve. You have to completely remake it. Paris and Eiffel Tower is like a huge romance location. Yeah, that's like some boomer millennial stuff though. Like who actually, I don't know anyone that's like, oh my god, I want to go to Paris and look at the giant metal triangle, bro. Like that's not real. Okay, it's real, but I meant like it's not something that I believe in, I guess. PS5 is good. It's a little bit bigger than PS4, so I'm still like adjusting like my minor muscle memory, but everything else is good. Also, this one I have, it feels like the bumpers are a little sticky. Yeah, the wall definitely has problems on Farmstead and other maps where they didn't make the materials outside of the map have see-through transparency. Flip resets consistently, you got to hit the ball at its peak in the air. You might have a problem where you're getting a good reset, but then it just slams you down like this, even though your movement was good. That's because you took too long. You have to reach it at its peak in the air before it starts falling down. Boom, look at that. 0 knockback. I can do whatever I want after that. Playing faster or different than a random. You have to just be more passive usually and let them troll and then just survive your 1v1 or 1v2. Sometimes you can't do anything. But yeah, that's the only advice I would really have. Could you beat Junko 1v1 Evo Junko? Bro, that guy has beat Musty and Zen. You think I'm beating that guy? Hear it all the time. It drives me nuts. Yeah, I know, bro. A lot from our movement. I feel like the sticks are the same in my experience, but the shape of the controller being bigger makes it hurt your hands a little bit less if you play for like a long time. How do you connect controller to PC? I just use a USB. I know some people play Bluetooth, but I just haven't tried that. Haven't set it up. Cams. I have them pinned to my first pinned video. Use Zippy. Okay. Use Octane and SARP. I actually kind of like the Octane and SARP. Need to use it a little bit more. But I could say that about any car. Like, oh, I gotta use it more. If I'm gonna use any other car more, it would be the Aftershock and experiment more with why other people use it. Tips for backboard resets or defense. Backboard defense specifically, it's going to be really awkward, but I have a good pack for that from the GOAT Torment. Let me find it. It's called Defensive Variety. So it's going to put you in these random spots where you have to do like, you have to kind of jump early or else the ball would go past you. And pull out a little bit and hit it out. So once you get comfortable with just hitting it out in general, start trying to hit it like all the way to their corner or to their back wall. And eventually you can also try to just shoot it. If you're like really comfortable, you can literally try to shoot these balls on their net. Holy bot. And this has multiple like awkward reads too. So it also has some aerials, but you don't have to do those if you're just trying to specifically do back wall defense. Let me see if I can send this in chat. Hopefully that's sent and you can see it. Nitro best of 2025. No, I haven't seen it. Directional or free? Directional is way better. If you want to know like fully why, just go to my most recent video on my page, or my second most recent video, where it's called directional versus free air roll. Speaking of Nitro, I was actually looking at the Discord, and Char still has the player role, but I didn't see him listed in the roster like text channel. Because I was wondering if he was still in the team. I assume he's still in the team, but he wasn't in the... I didn't see him in there. Maybe I missed him. Realistic to do multiple with free roll? Yeah, it's physically possible, but it's just... you're just doing it on hardcore mode compared to someone who is able to move with directional. They're able to move on 3 axes at the same time instead of your movement, which would only have 2 axes at the same time. So if you've ever gone for a reset and you feel like you do the roll and then you have to adjust after and it takes too long, that's why. With directional, you're able to do all of that in one motion, like all at the same time. So you literally are able to adjust faster. $9K deep into free roll. Damn. Yeah. It's... I mean, I'll tell you like some context from when they first added it. So I played the prequel. So I was already top 100 season 1 when this game came out. And then they added directional like mid 2016 and I put it on. I could not aerial at all anymore. I was completely lost. Everyone was. But I just kept it on because I knew you could move on more axes with it at the same time. And I would basically just sit in free play and choose a hexagon on the back wall and just try to hit it while constantly rolling. And then I would do like choose a hexagon, like let's choose the middle one right above the crossbar, fly the wrong way, and then try to turn and hit it while constantly rolling. Like stuff like that, just to get the basics out of the way. And that's going to take a long time. That's going to take like multiple days if you're doing multiple hours per day. And then start doing more advanced stuff like rings, just flying through that constantly. And that'll take like a week or 2 to get a basic level of flight down. It's just all muscle memory, and you're going to be unable to aerial for like 2 weeks, even though you were able to before. And in comp as well, at pace, it's going to feel even worse because you have to do everything so fast. But you just have to trust the process and just keep grinding. You'll just be in hell, basically. Unbind free roll? At the very start, you can unbind it. Can't remember like at the very start if I actually unbound it or not, or maybe I just like really tried to tell myself like just press directional. So I would say unbinding it is fine because you're always going to have that free roll muscle memory. Once you rebind it and you feel like relatively comfortable, you'll still be able to use it. No problem, bro. Hopefully that helps. Too much stick input. That is possible, yeah. You have to be really conscious of the fact that when you're in directional, it's constantly switching your input. So right here, if I press directional and up on the D-pad, for example, I will turn to the right, right? So that happened. But now if I'm upside down and I press that same input, I turn to the left. So every time your car switches, just go in like slow-mo. Every time your car switches from right side up to upside down, boom, opposite, right, left. Even though I'm still holding the same direction on my stick. So be aware of that when you're training directional air roll, that the inputs become inverted every time it switches. So try to let go once you have turned to the direction you want. Let go of the inputs and just let it continue rolling on its own, and then make minor adjustments. Mechanical plateau. If you're on really high hours already, just stop playing the game for a couple days. And when I say high hours, I mean like 80 or 90 plus in the past 2 weeks. If you're at less than that, then you have to actually like do training. And it depends like what mechanics you're talking about that you would want to be improving. Didn't even think of that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just one of the many things that makes directional the hardest thing in the game to learn. Yeah, directional air roll is super hard. In my experience as a player, but more importantly, like in my 1,000+ hours of coaching people, it's the hardest thing in the game to learn. The only other thing that comes close is like maybe speed flipping, but that's nowhere near as complex as directional air roll. Speed flipping is more of just like you gotta know how to do it and then grind the muscle memory, but directional air roll is like you could know how to do it and still not be able to fly efficiently for like dozens of hours. It's so hard because so much is happening at the same time. You're flipping right side up and upside down. Your car is automatically rolling the entire time you're holding it, and then your stick input changes a third axis that's completely new. It's so hard. Hit diamond, let's go, bro. W. Keep getting slower, and the only thing that helps is not playing for like a week. Yeah. I know what you mean. It's the decal. It's called Beamed Up. Which always tap brake coming off the wall for air setups. Most of the time, yeah. The only time I wouldn't is if I was intentionally trying to get a lot of air dribble touches first. It's really rare, but yeah, like 90% of the time I'm pressing brake so that I can get under the ball more for the flip reset or for the air dribble touches. So brake, boom. Now I'm under it. And I was like permanently under the ball for the entire play. And this was brought to you by braking on the wall so that you can stay under it. Directional takes more skill? Yeah, a lot more. Mastery of directional. If you just jump in the air and you just do this and then just turn for a second and then just do this with pressing nothing, that's not skill. But mastery of directional and being able to do everything on free roll and more, that's way harder. Because you're moving on 3 axes instead of just 2 that free air roll allows. Yeah, it's crazy what taking a break can do. I've also noticed a pattern where when I take a break, I come back. First day, obviously, I'm pretty bad. Like, I can't hit the ball because I haven't played in such a long time. But then, like, the first week, I actually go up in rank a pretty decent amount. But then, when I hit, like, 1800 range, my hours have improved enough to the point where I get mechanics back. And then I start trying to incorporate mechanics. And then I start over-rotating and, like, trying to chase the ball when I shouldn't and apply all the mechanics I can do. And then I go all the way down to, like, 1650. And then I keep doing replay review and I'm like, God, how am I losing in 1600? And I keep reviewing and watching pros. And then I start playing like a basic player again instead of trying to go for so many mechanics. And then I come back to 1900 and 2K. That's how it goes every time. And I'm currently like in that process, I'm currently in the down. I'm around 1800 right now. Woodsy, there actually is, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's training packs that spawn you outside of the map, and I have given those to console players that I was coaching, and it basically simulates rings. Which one is it? Here, Course 707 out of map. So you can see it spawns you here with infinite time, and now you can go through different, like, these weird building things as obstacles. So right here I can choose, like, do I want to turn right or left? I'll turn right. Boom, successful. And you can choose to go through really big gaps, or you can try to snipe really small gaps like this. You see what I mean? You can, like, choose your own difficulty even if you're on console. It's pretty nice. And all these buildings, by the way, they are see-through. Like, you can just drive right through them. So if you mess up, you just keep flying and just go again. It's really nice. So I'll send the code for this here. Hopefully that's sent. Sometimes I send stuff and it doesn't actually work. Hopefully that worked. No, you don't need Bacchus for this. This is just, he like modded the training pack with Bacchus mod, but it's saved as a real training pack. So anyone is gonna spawn in outside of the map with unlimited time. Anyone who plays it, even if you're on console. The last 4 digits is D278. I sent it in chat. I don't know if it actually sent. But yeah, it's 573C BFBB 4C17 D278. Yeah, it's on every console. You will always spawn outside of the map like that. Yeah, no problem, bro. I feel like you didn't react intensely enough to the Jinxie win. I think I should have like gotten up and like started peeing my pants and screaming like he did. Title is from 2021 and 2022 when they were adding the Ford cars to the game. It was the F-150, the Bronco, and the Mustang. They hosted freestyle tournaments where they invited like the top freestylers in the game at the time to use those cars in their freestyle tournament, and then they streamed it on an RLCS stream. So that's what the tag is from. I was a player in that. Switching to directional air roll is a good idea to rank up. You're gonna rank down when you switch to it. You won't experience a rank up until like 2+ weeks after grinding it every day. But yes, it's very good. It's also the hardest thing in the game to learn, I would say. So it's good to start early. Depends what rank you're at, but generally it's going to be, yeah, you should be switching to it. The only time I would not recommend switching to it is if you just play casually and you don't want to suffer the grind of something for another 100 hours straight. Then yeah, don't do it. But if you're trying to objectively improve, definitely get directional air roll. And the one that you choose should be the one that you're commonly spinning with already in the air. So with your free roll, when you jump and you need to move your car for something, just if you typically spin left, then get air roll left. And if you typically spin right, then get right. Just choose whichever one you more commonly do, so that way it's a little easier to start learning. Yeah, no problem, bro. Hopefully that helps. It's going to be a really rough first week or two. You're going to like lose the ability to fly, but you're going to come back with a better ability to fly as long as you keep grinding it. Alright, sounds good, bro. Best of luck. I also have a few videos posted about it. My second most recent one kind of talks about the difference between why it's better than normal air roll. So you can check that out if you are interested. Both directionals and free roll and power side. Oh, nice. Yeah, I almost had that, but I kept on misclicking it because I used my thumb to press all the buttons. So I removed free roll, and I put them both on my bumper, and then I put power side there as well. Check it out. All right, sounds good. Best of luck on the grind. If you have any questions when you're grinding in the future and you see me here, I'm always open to answering things. Oh, you have boost on bumper. Yeah, that's like really good. I have boost on my circle still. So it's like slightly limiting, but not really crazily, because I did put the air rolls on the bumper, so that helps. But yeah, I think boost on bumper is meta. If I was like a new player starting right now, I would put boost on bumper probably. Better, and I switch my boost away from circle. Yeah, I think it is pretty helpful because it lets you separate the action of boosting, which you do all the time, from jumping and power sliding, for example. So I think it definitely does make you better. what up, Maddie? Welcome back. Yeah, it's definitely easier to switch than air roll. Followed you. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that, man. I hope you're having a good day. We're adding McLaren P1. They're adding McLaren P1. Is it normal P1 or GTR? Also, is that actually teased or is that like a leak that you just know? Oh, it's normal? Okay. Let me look it up. Yeah, I'm doing good as well, Mike. And Mercedes race car thingy. Ooh. Okay, let me switch. Let me pull it up and switch to desktop. Oh, you. Oh, okay. Never mind. You meant normal P1. Okay. P1, I don't know. I feel like P1 is a goated car, but I feel like it's one of those cars that's it's just gonna be the same as every other car in the game. It's just gonna be a long, planky boy. Solo leveling. Okay. Oh wait, I think I know which car it probably is. Is it the AMG 1 GT? Is it the Forza Horizon 5 car? Cover car? That's the only one I can think of that it might be. Oh, it looks like an SUV. Really? Okay. Interesting. Wait, don't we already have a Mercedes SUV? I don't think I bought it. How does Epic license them? Because they are charging $28 per car, so they are able to get a lot of profit. And I guess Ferrari was like, "I'd love profit. Thanks, guys." And then they said yes. Remember, these cars used to cost $2, bro. They're practically printing money here. And people just keep buying it. Road to SSL in dues. That's what I'm on right now. Currently 1800. Tagged in Discord, okay. Let's see, let's check it out. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me switch to desktop so you guys can see it. So the P1, I hope it has the retractable wing that goes up when you go supersonic. Okay, this body kit is actually insane. I forget which actual car this is, but dude, the wide body is crazy. That's gonna be peak. I'm actually more excited for the Mercedes than the P1. Obviously, the P1 is way cooler, but I don't think it's gonna feel good in Rocket League. Thank you for sharing those. Thank you for mining the data that Epic has encrypted. How to double reset? All right, here you go. Step 1, go to wall, hit brake. Step 2, hit ball hard, hit brake, and jump. Step 3, air roll, and go upside down. Do it fast so you reach the ball at the top of its arc, and then you get less knockback, and then you get a double reset by speed flipping. If you have the problem where you get a reset, but then it hits you down too far and you can't do a double, that's because you took too long to reach the ball. You got to hit it really early when it's at its peak in the air. Look at that. No knockback at all. I can keep going again. Yeah, that Mercedes is actually really clean. I'm looking forward to doing some dashes in it. What is it? I don't even know. I don't really know Mercedes cars. Mercedes wide body race car. All the AMGs and like BMWs, I don't know all the numbers of them. Like M3 E30, M3 E46, M4, M5, M6, 330i, CSI, AMG GT. Like I don't know all the names of them. Salad probably does. You can just ask Salad. Yeah, very creative. You teach me. Oh, you clip that? Nice. Thank you. I will be checking the clips after stream, and I have a few that I'm gonna post. Teaching how to double rapid? I got you. So, I mean, it depends what issue you're specifically happening. Can you tell me, like, what's going wrong? What you feel like the problem is? Yeah, very creative names. I can ask. I'll ask Salad. He probably knows what it's called. From the States? Yeah. I am from Las Vegas. I lived in Illinois for like 15 years, and then I moved out here. What about you? Nightlife stuff. Yeah. It's if you're like a going out type of person, or like maybe a little bit older than me, I feel like it's kind of cool, but that's not the type of person I am. I just stay in and grind, or I try out a new game, or like hang out with my friends online. I don't really do that stuff because it's not only is it so expensive, but I also feel like it's a huge time sink a lot of the time. You gotta go to the strip and there's a ton of people and you gotta park. You gotta find parking and which one would be affordable or potentially free. There's like some free parking, but it's limited. There's just like so many factors that I don't really like. From Belgium. Oh, okay, nice. Have you heard people call Vegas like the 8th wonder of the world, or like another wonder of the world? A lot of people from other places, they say stuff like that. And I don't see it that way at all. Makes people broke, yeah, definitely. Especially the gambling. But even if you don't include the gambling, which is like the worst part of it, yeah, the other stuff is very expensive and profit oriented. See it as the gambling city. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It definitely is the gambling city. The city besides New York. Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. A lot of people from other places, in my experience and other people's experience that they've told me, whenever they travel, they're like, oh my gosh, Vegas, dude, that's so awesome. And then I'm in Vegas and I'm like, bro, when I moved here and all these neon signs said gaming 24 hours, I was like, yo, let's go, they got gaming 24 hours. And then it's just gambling. Like, bro, the house always wins, bro. We learned this like when we spawned into the internet. Come on, I'm not gambling. Trying to learn how to reset. Can rarely get all 4 wheels. You have to hit it, air roll, and boost really hard into it. You might be having the issue where you hit it and you're just kind of like near the ball and you'll get the wheels, but it doesn't reset like that. That's because you don't have enough gap between yourself and the ball. You probably have like this air dribbly type of setup and it's just almost impossible to reset. So try to do a little break after you hit the ball. I did a little break right there and then I jumped really fast and that gave me the gap, the distance between myself and the ball. They pump casinos with oxygen so you don't get tired. Oh, interesting. Tradition here to go at least once there in your life. Is it special? Yo, I'm peeking. Oh my god, bro. I was reading chat doing that. Need the peak of the height. Yeah, exactly. Let me go to Vegas for F1. Yeah. F1 is definitely cool, but you should have seen the stuff they were doing. So imagine this right hand, this is the street. You got resorts that go all the way up here, like 50, 60 stories tall, right? What they did they put blockage on all the windows, so you can't like actually see the race unless you buy a ticket and go down. And then on the road, they have bridges that go across the road, so you never actually cross the road as a pedestrian. They put blockage on those bridges so you can't look from the bridge and see the race. They did so much stuff like that, and they like the pricing was just insane. I never even looked into it because I already knew it was gonna be cooked, but it was in the thousands for tickets. They use magnets in Spain to rig everything. Interesting. Yeah, it was pretty annoying. I also remember in one of the races, one of the manhole covers like bursted open or something when one of the F1 drivers was going over it, and then it damaged the car. Monaco, yeah, definitely. Monaco is like a staple too. No, I'm not 1v1ing right now, bro. Charles Leclerc, okay. Like they serve Rolex for breakfast, yeah. Did you guys watch that the Gran Turismo movie? I watched it and I thought it was pretty good in terms of like video games turned into movies. Pretty good. I had some gripes with it, but in general, I liked it. Oh, his teammate, okay. The space part? Wait, what's the space part? I don't remember that. I don't think there was any space in the movie. Things were corny and unrealistic. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt. The premise of it was good. They put a rocket on the car and went to space? Wait, what? That did not happen in Gran Turismo. I think you're thinking of Fast and Furious. Gran Turismo is like a sim racing game, and they made it into a movie about a sim racer, like a pro Gran Turismo player, becoming an actual racer in real life. It was actually pretty good. But yeah, all the newer Fast and Furious, I don't care about those at all. After like 4 or so, it stopped being about cars and started turning into just action movie explosion slop. It's no longer about cars, it's just about how much money can they farm and extend the series. Yeah, definitely. The aliens in the next one, yeah. And they're gonna put each car they use to be a transformer. I actually really like Transformers. I played all the games. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I actually have War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron modded on my PC so that I can play online even though the servers are down. With like unlocked FPS and everything. Decal, it's called Beamed Up. BEMD up. And I'm using titanium white. Yeah, no problem, bro. Stuck for weeks because I couldn't figure out what R3 was. Dang, bro. Yeah. R3, it's... They don't tell you what it is. Tips for getting out of GC2, start watching mid to high SSL. And like actually, if you're on PC, actually watch those replays in your own game. Don't just watch a video. You can watch a video and be engaged, but for me, like if you're trying to make high level improvements, watching the actual replay in your own game is more engaging. And just try to watch, like while you're watching someone's point of view, think of like, what would I do in this situation? And you'll notice that they will actually do different things sometimes. And those are like the breakthroughs that you need to make. And obviously watch your own replays as well after you do that, so you can compare the two and realize where you might have shortcomings. Also for mechanical stuff, use prejump.com. It's a website that's like a hub of training packs of different things. So if you're trying to work on like flip resets or whatever, you can search it on that website, prejump.com. $6 years, 8 months. Damn. What up, Ghosty? Got me looking with the flashlight on the controller. Damn. Yeah, I remember, I think it was in Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I would search up cheat codes on my computer, my parents' computer that was upstairs, write down cheat codes on a blank piece of paper, and then bring the paper down to the basement and put them in. Good times. Played Arsenal a while back. Watched that. Yeah, that's really good. Watching like a faster player's point of view and seeing what they do differently is really satisfying, and it's like one of the best things you can do to improve. And then whenever you're not on the game, like if you're just winding down for the night or whatever, watch someone's VOD that's a good, like a decent player, someone that you respect as a player and you want to be like. Whether it's a more rotational person or a more mechanical person, just start watching their VODs as well in video form and just try to think what you would do in those situations. What we doing for our 7th anniversary? I don't know, man. Start multiplayer lobbies. Like hacking, yeah. I don't even remember what codes I was typing in. Probably like unlimited ammo and stuff. Rank right now? I am at 1800 right now. Oh, version mismatch. Dude, I'm just sitting on the outdated version of the game. Okay, it must have come out an hour and 20 minutes ago, and I'm just sitting here. That's actually so funny. Challenging on defense, yeah. Watching higher level players for that is really good, because I struggle with that too, especially when they have like a solo play and you don't know whether they're gonna like keep hitting it or if they're gonna flip reset or if they're gonna fake the reset. So yeah, watching higher level players helps a lot. Just peeking. Epic takes so long to update. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Epic Launcher is bad, from what I've heard. Tips for getting better at Rapids. You need to hit the ball at its peak in the air for that first touch, so you get less knockback and you can have more time. Like, you see how easy that looked to get the next one? It's because I reached it so early. If you take a little too long to reach it, like this, now I just got slammed by the ball and I can't do anything, even though my mechanics were good. So that's the solution, is just reach it at the peak, so that way you have a lot more time. Like, you get less knockback, basically. And then you just need to be speed flipping. Just get right side up, speed flip. Get right side up, speed flip. That's like the meta. Yo, what up, Webs? Welcome back, bro. Doing good. I hope you're doing good as well. Yo, what up, Ruben? Welcome back. Do you have TikTok? No, I don't. You think I should get one? Waiting for a Redshiftage. Yeah, bro. There's multiple projects being made right now. But it's definitely been a while. A bit busy working and studying. No problem, bro. I'm glad you're doing good. What do you mean you don't have a TikTok? The person who asked that is just trolling because they're on TikTok asking me if I have TikTok, so it's just a troll question. So I was trolling along with them. Thank you for the gifts as well, Ruben. I appreciate you. You're good, bro. I feel that. Can send some clips. Maybe, bro. At this point, we have a lot of clips, though. It's just the editing that we need. But it takes time. And they also have stuff that they're doing in their own personal lives, so. How late is it? For me, it's 5:30 p.m. Alright, sounds good, Ruben. Have a good rest of your evening, wherever you are. See ya, Reiner. Thank you for chilling here as well, bro. Have a good rest of your night. Bacchus mod? I don't know what that means. I gotta start making dinner. I gotta feed Rocco. take him out. He's hungry. He's a hungry boy. And I gotta make some posts. Thank you guys for chilling here for today. We'll be live again tomorrow, same time. And I hope you have a good rest of your evening, morning, wherever. Bye bye.